Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was out in an interview. In fact, I have a video right here on the channel. Feel free to scroll back and find it. It's right here on the channel still. I featured that interview of Scott Bessent right there in that video from back in early November. Again, you could find the video. It's right here on the channel from back in early November. That's probably about mid-November, actually, to be fair with you. But anyway, he mentioned that income thresholds would probably be under $100,000, okay? Well, as mentioned here in this article as well, they're talking about household income or individual incomes of $100,000. Well, according to Census Bureau information, in 2025, about 42% of the population earned over 100 grand, which is honestly really interesting. I did not know it was that high. According to the household data, though. Now, what's interesting about this is because there's a huge difference between households and tax return data. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said, it doesn't matter if you're filing a tax return. By the way, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. I'm not your CPA. I'm not your accountant. Talk to your own professional. Have to throw that quick disclaimer out there. But my point being is that it's based on these numbers here. Census data is based on households. Now, here's the deal. The distribution of these $2,000 payments is not based on a household. It's rather based on tax return, whether somebody files or not, okay? Let me give you a quick example, because before I started filming this video, I was actually thinking of an example of a family that I know. This is a family that I personally know, okay? It's a household that has probably, I'm trying to think how many people live there. It's a lot of people that live in this house, like 7 people or something like that, maybe, yeah, 6 or 7 people that live in this house. It's a bunch of people. But anyway, let me break this down for you, because collectively, these 6 or 7 people, however many it is that live in this house that I'm giving you for this example, they live in this house. They're all working except for one who is a minor. I don't think this person is working, but all of the adults in the house are working. I would bet between these 6 adults that they're probably earning well over $100,000. Again, you don't have to earn that much when there's 6 adults, like, 20 grand a person, you're well over $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, in this example, if it was just on this household, they wouldn't be qualified because they earn over 100 grand. However, they don't all file the same tax return. So let me give you the quick example here. In this household, again, that I'm thinking of, it's literally a household that I personally know, but it's this. It's a mother and a father who are like in their mid-60s. It's a daughter and I think 3 sons, okay? But the daughter is like 35, one son is like 33, another son is like 32 or 30 or something like that, 31, and then another son is like 28 or 29. My point being is that they're all adult, they're all adults, even though that they're all living together, okay? So on a household basis, they earn over 100 grand. But again, I don't know if they really do, but I'm just anticipating, considering that they're all working, I would anticipate they're earning over $100,000 collectively between the 6 of them, right? But anyway, my point being is this, is that they don't file all the same tax return. The mother and the father, who again are in their mid-60s, they file a tax return together as a joint return. The daughter, who's 35 or whatever she is, she files her own tax return. And then the 3 sons, who are all 30, late 20s, they all file their own individual tax returns. Individually, I would doubt that any of them earn over 100 grand. I'm just saying, I don't think that they do. I would highly doubt that they do. So on that basis, they all earn significantly under the threshold, making them eligible. But if you looked at them as a collective household, they would certainly earn over the threshold. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, the point that I wanted to bring up about that is this. They don't determine it on your household. They determine it on tax return income. Income that would be reported on a tax return. Now, you might be thinking, dude, you're contradicting yourself. At the beginning of the video, hello, you said you don't need to file a tax return. You're right. You don't need to file a tax return in general to be eligible for these types of stimulus payments, dividend payments, distribution payments. Because here's the deal. Whether you file a tax return or not, the IRS and the Treasury, they already know everything about you. They know how much money you earn down to the penny. They already know it, okay? So whether you file or not, they've already got a pulse on your income. They know, okay? So that's my point, is that according to this article here, again, they're talking about incomes being under 100 grand per household, which is good to know. But again, we're still waiting for, official guidance on this out of the administration. Just to be 100% fair with you, we're still waiting for the official guidance on this. But it's going to be based on individual or married couple as far as how someone would file a tax return if they filed a tax return on the federal level, not the state level, this federal level, okay, if somebody filed a tax return. Now, think of your own personal situation as well, okay? And again, you could be working full-time, you could be working part-time, you could be working none. You could be living on fixed income benefits, which I know a lot of you in this community are living on fixed income benefits administered by Social Security. Whatever the situation, it does not matter. Think of your own personal situation right now, okay? Just think of you. If you're an individual, think of it on an individual basis. If you're a married couple and both of you are receiving, a fixed income benefit from Social Security, or maybe you're working part-time, or one is working, one's collecting benefits, whatever the situation, it does not matter. If you're an individual, just answer this one question. This is all you need to ask. Whatever your income is, again, earned income or income paid to you through benefits, on an individual level, is your income below, say, 75 grand a year? Yes or no? It's the only thing you need to be asking, okay? On a married couple level, if you're a married couple and you would file a joint return, okay? If you were to file a tax return in the first place, I'm not saying that you need to. I don't know your situation. Again, not tax advice, even though this is, getting into tax season right here. You got to do what's best for you. I don't know your situation. Definitely not advice. But my point being is that if you happen to be a married couple and if you were to file a tax return, would you file a joint return? If so, as a married couple, is your income below 150 grand a year? Is that, is it? Yes or no? Okay. Again, you don't have to tell me. Just think to yourself. Don't leave a comment and say, yeah, my income's X. I don't want to know your income. Okay. That's not my business. Please don't tell me your income. That's not my business. It's nobody else's business how much money you're receiving or earning. Okay. But my point being is just that's all you really need to know about this is those are the income thresholds I anticipate them to come out with. Reason being is this is the common threshold that they've used over the years when they distribute these types of dividend, stimulus payments, economic impact payments, anything like this over the last several years. They've generally used the threshold of 75 grand a year as an individual, 150 grand a year as a married couple. And remember, it's not necessarily based on household income. It's based on what you would report on a tax return if you were to file as an individual or a married couple. That's what it's about, okay? I've been saying this for a couple months now since the president came out and he originally floated this idea of this $2,000 distribution dividend payment, the rebate payment. That's what I've been saying is just focus on the income. It's not about filing a tax return. It's not about working. It's not about all these other hoops that everybody else makes it sound like you need to jump through these hoops. Nah, that's not what it is. It's income based. And again, based on the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and what he said, again, income's under 100 grand.